And I wasn't feeling great that night, but I stumbled down the aisle on my walking frame, sat at the disabled seats at the front, and I just had to close my eyes. And in that moment, it didn't matter about anyone else in the room. It was like there was just me and God. And I was just praising Him and worshiping Him. And suddenly, this amazing energy just hit me. Now, when you have ME, you have no energy whatsoever. So this stood out a mile to me. And without even thinking about what I was doing, I took my hand, I shoved the walking frame aside, totally forgot that it was on wheels. So it's kind of trundled really dramatically down the church. But I didn't care a less, because in that moment, with my eyes still closed, I just began to dance. And then I just felt Steve take my hand, and the two of us danced together just like I'd always imagined we would. I can honestly say I have never felt as alive or as free as I did in that moment. And so here I was. This had been my picture of healing. Surely now I must be healed. But no, as I left the church, all of that energy drained away and I was back to using the walking frame again. But I said, oh God, I know that you're not a God of half measures, so I trust that there's got to be more to come. And there was, because in June 2013, I stood on the start line of the Dublin 10K mini marathon. There I was on my little walking frame with 44,000 women around me, just praying that I wasn't going to get trampled underfoot. It was the biggest step of faith I've ever taken. But halfway around that mini marathon, God rewarded that step of faith, because suddenly I felt stronger than I had in years. I stood upright from my usually stooped posture. I spotted Steve standing at the halfway line, and to his utter amazement, I handed him the walking frame. I then did the final 5K of that 10K without the walking frame. I was running by the time I got to the finish line, and I have never needed a walking frame since that day.